Entertaining, informative, and educational. Inspiring content that makes a difference.
This is the Maximus Troy Publications Broadcasting Network.
Join the Academy.
Wit's end. I've hit the dead zone, lassie. I ruined me chickens for the last time. Quick, Bertie, get the number for the Breeders' Academy.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Bred to Perfection. I'm Kenny Troiano, founder of the Breeders' Academy, and I'm here with my wife, Nancy. What's up? If you're interested in joining and becoming a member, and you're looking to create, improve, and maintain your strain, this is a good time to join the Breeders' Academy, especially since we have the sale. If you're interested, go to www.breedersacademy.com. Once you sign up, you're going to have instant access to the website. You're going to have access to the Masters Class videos, the members' roundtables, the members' resources. You're going to have access to all the programs and courses, such as the Founders Program, the Gene Shopping Program, the Improvement Through Reduction Program. You're going to have access to all the courses, which there's a ton of them, and I'm going to show you in a second. Poultry genetics and laws of inheritance, healthcare and disease prevention, the American Game Fowl Standard Perfection, breeding, genetics. I'm going to give you a good idea of what's in there. We talk about different breeding programs. You have access to that, to not only the Founders Program, the other ones I mentioned, the clan mating system. And then we have some programs in there that we can teach you how to use it, and there is a benefit to it. But a lot of people are using them wrong or for the wrong reason, like the 1/16th infusion method. A lot of people call it the refreshing method, the in breeding, and then the 5/8, 3/8. We have some of those too. We have all kinds of methods in there. We're going to have more in there. We're working on some others that we're going to put in there. You're going to have a complete collection of podcasts and live shows. And the neat thing about the collection of live shows inside the Breeders' Academy is you get those, we call it the members version. You're not going to have any ads, no promos, very little small talk. We pretty much cut all that out and get right into the topic. Okay. And so that's all going to be on the website for our members. You get your daily articles Monday through Friday. We have our new articles on there that you can check out. We have a lot of experts that help us out with the Breeders' Academy, such as Brian Reeder, who talks about genetics, especially when it comes to color genetics. Peter Brown, known as the Chicken Doctor, talks about health care and disease prevention. Dr. Gallardo, also he's from UC Davis. He's a poultry veterinarian from UC Davis, and he also talks about health care and disease prevention. And we'll be showing you those pages as well. And then we got quite a few episodes and information from Tony Seville, who's from the American Game Fowl Society, who talks about, the preservation, the form and structure and preservation of the bird. Tony and I had recorded some stuff about a year ago, and I just got to finish editing them, get those on there. He's going to come on more. Those will get on there. There's some exclusive videos and audios of Tony in the website that nobody sees on the front end. We do have about 3 shows we did on the front end with Tony for the podcast side, but there's more inside the website as well. And we do coaching calls, and we'll talk about that too. You can actually join right now. You don't have to wait for the end of the show. Just go to www.breedersacademy.com to subscribe. So like I said, we're going to talk about the Breeders' Academy, and we're going to give you a look at the inside of the website. So let's talk about reasons to join. A lot of people have been raising birds for a long time, but they're really not making the progress they're hoping. All these years, they've been adding new blood, trying to make a difference. They still see a lot of genetic diversity, genetic variability, and they just don't seem to get there. Every time they make progress, they fall back. They have to add new blood. That's what we teach in the Breeders' Academy, is how to create, maintain, improve your strains. And I'm always surprised because when I first started this, I didn't know very many people had families or what I would call true strain. And from time to time, we get some really good breeders in there that have really nice strains. They just want to improve them. Or they've had strains for a long time that their parents, like their father and grandfather passed down, and they want to improve those. So that's what we do too. We help you and show you how to improve present strains, existing strains. We talk about genetics, but in a very practical and useful way. We take the confusion right out of it. We simplify it. I cover a lot of the genetics that you would need to know to actually build and create and maintain a strain. We got Brian in there too, who really takes apart the bird and rebuilds the color of it, kind of shows you how the colors are put together so that you can improve them, or maybe even create your own colors if you want to. I think we have over 40 hours of video and audio with Brian Reeder. Him and I would get on here, do marathons.
They are so dedicated that they did basically a marathon on New Year's Eve 2 years ago now.
Thanksgiving too.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So anyways, we go deep into selection. A lot of people don't really understand how to select the birds, what to select for, what to look for. A lot of times they're speculating, and it really comes down to understanding the genetics too. Because if you understand the traits that they carry, understand the genetic factors of those traits, then you can properly select them. Then you'll know the results you're going to get for the most part. Well, what I'm going to teach you is look at the bird, the phenotype of the bird, and if you understand what those genetic traits are that you're seeing, then a lot of times you can come pretty close to the results you're looking for, and then all you have is to deal with is the variations that pop up here and there that you either cull or you select for. Another thing I'm going to teach you too is how to create pure strains and maintain that integrity, because a lot of people think that you can't produce pure fowl, or they won't stay there very long, and we teach you how to do that. The Founders Program, which is my signature program, is a good way to do that. Most people aren't able to get pure fowl, and when they do, they have a lot of, like I say all the time, a lot of genetic diversity, a lot of genetic variability, and they just can't seem to get there, or they're having to start with crosses, mongrels. They're starting with unrelated birds, and they don't really know where to start or where to get going.
Okay, while he's getting that set up, I just want to let you guys know, a lot of people will assume that what they watch on the podcast, whether it be the audio or the Bred to Perfection Live, they're getting all the information that they will ever need on how to breed chickens, how to care for them, things like that. And that is only the very small amount of information that we give you for free. Everything else is inside the Breeders Academy. And I'm telling you right now, this is the best time for you guys to get in there and check it out.
We look at the website as an online university. It's a complete learning system. And it's created to, like I said, help you create, improve, and maintain your strains and take your established strains to the next level. Okay. What's cool about this website, I don't know if I have it. Let me see if I have a banner here for it. This website is called a responsive website. So whether you're using your computer, your tablet, or your iPad or smartphone, it actually adjusts the screen to whatever device you're using. So what's really cool is, although I think the computer is the best way to go, is I have quite a few members that's all they use is their phone, and they don't even have a computer. They don't own a computer. They just use a phone. And they say it works really good for them. They really like it. So like I said, I don't use the phone very much, so it's not something I use. I may go and check something from time to time, but they swear on it. They love the phone. So just letting you know that you don't have to be, if you don't have a computer, that's fine. You can use your phone. So one of the things we have is a Start Here page. So when you join, that's one of the things I do is I send you a letter, kind of welcome you aboard, kind of give you an idea what you need to do. And one of the things I suggest is to start with the Start Here. Nope, I got to come up here with the Start Here page. Okay. So this will kind of educate you about the website, how it's laid out, what to look for. I have some links here. Like I said, it gets you to know the website, gets you started, shows you some of the different training pages, gets It helps you get to know some of the resource pages. So basically, it helps you find things, because one of the things we ran into early on was a lot of people got in the website and they go, okay, what do I do? Where do I start? I don't know where to begin. So this kind of helps. Ever since we did this, it got a lot better. It got a lot better. It's like I rarely had someone say they needed help with the website. It was more still about, okay, I need advice about my chickens, how to breed them, things like that. So it does give you a lot of information here. Like I said, we do coaching calls, and there's a tab for a coaching call above too on the menu. And then here's some more. So what we did was we broke it down into tracks. We have the beginner's track, which takes you through the basic breeding principles, selection fundamentals, understanding the bloodline, introducing the genetics and record keeping, things like that. There's a lot of information here. And, what you could do is just hit these links one at a time, get to know what's in there, check them out. Because a lot of people, one of the first things they need to know is when they get in there is, what kind of defects are they? Well, understand the bird for one thing. Understand the structure of the bird, like the conformation of body is really important, because nobody understands how important that is to how the bird's represented, okay? Because if they don't have the right conformation and type, then they don't represent their breed. Then you have nothing. I raise American games. I do have some domestic chicken people in here as well. But for me, if I have a bird that has the color of an American game, but doesn't have the right type and conformation, is it really an American game? I say no. So they have to have the full package, and conformation and type is really important. Next thing I send them to is the defects and disqualification course, because you don't want to feed and have to hold on to birds that have issues, have faults, have defects, disqualifications. Okay. Those you want to get rid of right away. As soon as you see them, get rid of them. Well, this will help you understand the defects that exist. I think there's like 88. There might be almost 90 different defects on that page that you didn't maybe know about, defects and disqualifications.
Right. It's pretty cool. So here's the thing. Joining the Breeders Academy, first of all, if you're going to go buy birds, it's a great opportunity for you to go inside the academy and school yourself on things that you're looking for, giving you the knowledge to know what questions to ask, what things in the birds to look for, how to pick the perfect bird that is right for you. Not only do we have healthcare, feeding, the Founders Program, which is really gives you a good start, a good foundation of where to start with your Adam and Eve. But you also have things inside the Breeders Academy that are step by step, can show you how to get to your goals, how to get to where you need to go. We have a standard perfection inside the Breeders Academy. Also, there are so many, and we'll get to that too, so many videos. If you're not a big reader, we have the solution for you as well. You can tap into an article or a subject matter and highlight it, and it will read it to you. That's one of the options that we have.
Well, basically how that works is you highlight, I don't know if you said it, maybe you did. You highlight it and then you right click and it says speak, especially for iPhones. Now, PC has their own method. I think you have to get an app to do it. I don't think you have to pay for it or anything, but iPhones have that thing where you highlight it and then you click speak, and then it'll read it for you. And that works really good. But a lot of our programs and courses have video to go with them. And if they don't, they will soon, because that's what we're working on. Little by little, we're creating the videos to go with them. Almost, I think all of our master's classes have videos to go with them.
And two, for those of you that were members 3 or 4 years ago, get back inside the Breeders Academy, because we have done a lot of work inside the Breeders Academy, and it's changed quite a bit. We've got lots more information in there, and we're constantly evolving. It doesn't stay the same for years and years. We're constantly putting more stuff in.
So we have the beginner's track, we have the intermediate track, and we I'm keep trying to move the wrong one. And then we have 2 advanced tracks that go deeper into the genetics and, the evolutionary biology that what you need to know to really understand your bird and select them properly. Okay. And,
But
like I said,
here's
there's
the
2.
thing. Here's the thing. Even if you go into the advanced tracks, I'm sorry I interrupted you, Kenny. Even though
It's
if you
okay.
go into the advanced tracks, Kenny has simplified the genetic information, the biology information,
Yeah.
the evolutionary biology information for you. And in this website, everything is there for you. You don't have to buy 10,000 Dead Man books and go and research and read every single book
Yeah.
out there. It's all here for you in one place.
Yeah.
Let me say one more thing too, Kenny.
Okay.
We have experts that we rely on to give us expert advice, expert opinion on different subject matters when it comes to breeding your birds or taking care of your birds, everything about your birds. And we call on them from time to time, and we have those videos inside the Breeders Academy. Now, you may say, oh, I've seen those videos on YouTube and I can look at them anytime I want. No, you can't, because as one comes on the public side of YouTube, another one comes off and goes into the archives inside the Breeders Academy. So the Breeders Academy website has an archive of all our audios and live video versions of everything that we've done without all of the advertisements in them. So it's very beneficial for you to join the Breeders Academy so that you can binge watch all that footage.
Yeah. And like I said, Brian Reeder's a big part of that. Peter Brown, Dr. Gallardo, and Tony Seville. Okay, so probably the premier part of the Breeders Academy is the Founders Program. Like I said, it's my signature program. I'm not going to show too much of it here, but it's a pretty good sized program. Like I said, it's broken up into 3 phases, and it's set up has 6 stages. Okay, and it starts with the seed fowl, then you go through a transformation phase where you're doing like a cleanup, and then it leads you into the foundation stage where actually you're fine tuning them. So it's a great program. If you're serious about creating a strain, I believe it's the only program to use. A lot of programs out there, but this is a way to go as far as I'm concerned. You have like clan mating. Everybody thinks that's a complete breeding program. I love clan mating. I think it's an ingenious program. I just don't think it's good for creating a strain, improving a strain, but I do think it's a good strain method for maintaining a strain. So if you have an established strain that's coming uniform, consistent, predictable, and repeatable, then clan mating is a really good way to go. But to me, the Founders Program is the only one I know that from start to finish, if there is a finish, because you can just keep going, is the only program I know that actually can create a true strain. And if you do it properly, the way we have it laid out, you'll never have to add outside blood. It's just a great program.
Right. And the Founders Program takes you step by step from beginning to very end. And, it was really a good feeling to hear from one of our members talking about, oh my goodness, I'm gotten to the step where they're becoming uniform and consistent. The offspring are uniform and consistent. I'm so glad that I'm a Breeders Academy member because now I'm there. And that always makes us feel really good that we've helped that person get where they need to go. It's a step-by-step process. I know I've said that before, but until you get in there and read through it, you will not understand just how valuable that program actually is. And we do have master's class video series of the steps to help you understand visually how things work if you're not a big reader. And I know a lot of us aren't, so we think about that.
Yeah. So some of the other breeding programs we cover that we consider advanced programs, like I said, clan mating was one of them. We have that. Improvement through reduction, which I did take off. I'm going to be putting that on pretty soon because I'm I'm redoing all the banners and illustrations that go with it, and I'm expanding that one a little bit, and then we're gonna make a video. So I liked the way I had it, and a lot of people they were starting to use it and everything, but I'm kind of a perfectionist, so when I see where it can be improved, and I was actually working on another program along with it, and I said, "Okay, well, I'm working on this, let's work on that." I pulled it off. So I'll have that done pretty soon, and we'll put that on. I do have the gene shopping program on there, which is a really good program. And I like this one because it's really good for creating your Adam and Eve, your seed fowl. I don't look at it as a complete program. It's not a replacement for the Founders program, but it's a great program for creating your seed fowl and Adam and Eve. Okay, that's on there as well. And then we have, let's see if that's I'm just kind of giving you a look, but
they're all going, click on one, Kenny, click on one.
I'm just showing you what's in there. And I'm going to skim through it really quick for you so you can see what's in there. So we also cover some other programs in the website. Like I said, that, how do I say this? If you use them properly, they have a function, they have a purpose, but these are actually breeding programs I think people are using wrong or for the wrong reasons. The trio method is one, which I think it gets more people in trouble than any other breeding program I can think of. Most people don't really understand what a breeding program is, so they feel that that's the best way to go. On paper, it looks good, but it really doesn't do the job. So if you check out that program, it'll show you what to do. The 7/8 method, kind of the reverse of the 1/16 infusion method, where they're always saying refresh. The 7/8 method is a really good method for like using for a subline type method where you're trying to, let's say your family is missing a trait. There's something about them it's missing. So you find birds, kind of goes with the gene shopping program. You find birds that carry the trait that you're looking for. You create a subline. I'm just kind of laying out the basics of it. And you use the 7/8 method for introducing that particular trait into the family that you could maybe introduce into the family later on. And so the 7/8 method is a really good one. A lot of time used wrong. In an inbreeding, which is another one that everybody falls on, that they think is, they call it line breeding, not line breeding. It's it could be used as a maintenance method. I think the clan mating would actually be a better method than the in and inbreeding, but everybody looks at the in and inbreeding as its own method. Now I have a version of it, a basic version on the front end of YouTube, which will be coming off pretty soon. But I have the full version with the members. It's actually the members version on the website. So if you like what you see on that one on the front end, you're going to like the back end version of it. Like I said, we have the 1/16 infusion, which could be a good method to use if you understand how to use it properly. But again, it shouldn't be used the way everybody's using it, where they're infusing new blood, thinking of refreshing the family. It shouldn't be used like that, but that's how they're using it. Okay. And then the 5/8 3/8 method, which it's kind of like in and inbreeding in some ways. It was made for cattle. They use it for improving meat yields. Dog breeders seem to like that one, but we explain that one as well. We go a version of it's on the front end, but we do a more complete version and the members versions on the back end.
And just to let you all know, we don't just have chicken breeders inside the Breeders Academy. We had fish, bees, plants, cats, dogs, goats, sheep, pig, cow, horse. We've had lots of different species learning things on the Breeders Academy. So if you don't think that this website is for you, think again. It's for everyone.
Yeah. See, what I'm trying to figure out where I'm at here. So we have let me see if I can find it. We have great courses on genetics. We got so many.
Watch your eyes, guys. As
Yeah.
he's scrolling.
Yeah. Okay. Here's some of them here. I'm gonna get to the top and then I'll scroll through it kind of slow, kind of give you an idea of some of the genetics, some of the programs and courses that we covered on genetics. And what's neat about this is these are all really good. This is all really good information on genetics, but we also cover them in the Masters class videos. I've covered quite a few of them myself. And then, like I said, Brian came on and we did. And what you see on the front on YouTube, it's just a small sample of what he's done for us. We have so much that Brian's done inside the Breeders' Academy. And like I said, he'd come on and we'd do marathons. I know we have over 40 hours worth of material. That's even after we edit it. Okay. So yeah, he's done a lot of stuff for us that really opened people's eyes about genetics.
A wealth of information. But
Yeah.
he's not the only one. You know,
So
we've got,
some of the topics we cover in genetics is we give you a good idea about Mendelian genetics. We talk about dominant recessive, which are monogenic traits. We talk about polygenic traits, which is most of the bird. A lot of people discard polygenics, but it's basically the bird. It's especially when it comes to form function of the bird, you're looking at polygenics. We talk about sex-linked traits, genetic variation, genotype versus phenotype, epigenetics, mitochondrial DNA, and then we go heavy into the selection, the principles on selection.
but here's the thing. You know, he's saying a lot of scientific words here, guys. Genetic variation, epigenetics, mitochondrial DNA. But let your heart not be sad. Because did I wake you all up? Because he explains it very carefully and very simplified for you so that you can learn. And these are important things that you need to know when you're doing your breeding program.
Yeah. I'm giving you guys an idea of what's in the programs and courses page. I cannot tell you how many programs and courses we have on this page. It's still going.
That page alone, we have what, 800 pages of information inside the Breeders' Academy.
Yeah, that's counting everything. It's it might even be up. It's way over 800 actually. I'm trying to get somewhere. Hold on. Close your guys' eyes. Okay, let me. Now, some of the pages we're going to be reorganizing here pretty soon. Let's see. Let me go here first. This is our archives of videos that all the live shows, they go here. Like I said, you can see right here, it says members version. Okay.
Slow down.
Yeah, I'm just most of these are on the front end, not the members version, but they're basically on the front end right now. Trying to get to where the largest part of the archive is, which is down here. So we have how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. Each page having about 50 episodes per page, I think. So yeah.
That shows you guys how many episodes that you have missed that are not on the public side.
That's right. That's
of YouTube.
A good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, then we have the Masters class videos, which is the same thing. I have so many on the page itself, and then the rest are archived into other pages. So like this one here is one we did with, this is a gene shopping program. And I didn't show it on the other one with the live show, but all the videos we do, they're on pages like this. You have a brief description, you have the video, but you also have all you have to do to learn more and go deeper into that program, which basically takes you to that program, is the click here, learn more tab. Okay. So anytime you see a page full of videos, there's always a link that'll take you to more information
on that specific subject matter.
Yeah, on that matter there. So this one here is on generation turnover, and it's part of the Founders Program. Okay. So you'd have a tab that would take you there. lesson 43. I think we have like 45 master's class videos so far. I think I have like so far planned another 50 or so. We're just tackling them one at a time. Okay. This is better blood. This is with Brian Reeder on breeding and genetics, which is really cool. Again, you click here for more information. Here's another one, Brian Reeder, decoding poultry genetics, which was a really good one. So we did quite a few with Brian, and then a lot of, I would say all the Founders Program videos, they're all in here. And yeah, those are master classes too.
And you get all the show notes.
Yeah.
The public YouTube versions do not have show notes. The Breeders Academy members have show notes. And also the public version do not get the master's class video series. Those are for members only.
Yeah. So let me get to the bottom here. These are all separate master classes. These both these pages are filled with master's classes as well. Same thing. Okay, so let me show you what she's talking about. I apologize for the scanning or the whatever you call it.
Scrolling.
Okay, scrolling. Yeah. Okay, so let's go here. I'm going to give you an idea of what's in there. Let's pick one here. Progressive white. I'm gonna pick a good one here. Yeah, that might do it. Let's do this one. Okay, so you could actually watch the video here, or you can go to learn more, and it takes you to the page where there's more information on that particular topic. So you have the description, which gives you an idea of what we're going to be talking about. You have the video, and a lot of times the audio is in here too. So if we edit it, we put it into audio form, the podcast side of it will be in here too. Now, the video is all broken down in the chapter. So if there's anything you like here, you can go right to 4406 to get genetic evaluation on the video. So that'll help you get to certain parts of the video quicker. Okay. Then we get into the show notes of the video, and then not all of them have it, but let's see, this one, did I pass it? Everything's small. Okay. So this here, starting here, you can see the line there. It goes deeper into the topic. So what I do is I write an outline, and then I write an article. No, I'm sorry, it's backwards. I write the article on the topic, and then I break it down into an outline, and then we do a video on it. So you have multiple ways of learning. Now, what I usually tell my members is check out the show notes and the article itself, because it goes deeper. We can only cover so much on a video. We try to cover as much as we can on the video, but we run out of time. And then a lot of times what we'll do too, depending on the topic and how important it is let's say we do, and we're going to get back into doing the roundtables here pretty soon, is we cover a certain amount of it on the front end, and then we go on the back end and go deeper with our members on the roundtable, and that all gets put together in the members version. And then a lot of that has to do with the article too. So anytime you see a video on the front end, there's a lot more that goes with that. Okay. And a lot of times, especially when we're doing the roundtable, which we hope to do again pretty soon, there's more to the video as well.
And for some of you that may not know, the roundtable is where the members all get together and with Kenny and I, and it's no holds bar. Any questions you have about the Breeders Academy website, any questions you have about your birds, anything, we're there to answer questions for you. Or, just to chat with each other as well. And that is only for Breeders Academy members.
Yeah. So here's the roundtable page. Like I said, these are extended versions of a lot of times what you see in the front, or it could be a completely different video that we just do for the members. Okay. So what else we got here? Live Q&As. Since we started doing the roundtable, we stopped doing the live Q&As because the roundtable was basically doing what the Q&As were doing. But the Q&As we did do with our members, these were all with our members, are on there for the members to check out. Okay. And then another thing I have here is whenever I see a video on YouTube that I think my members can benefit from. Now, these aren't videos I make. These are videos done by other people, professionals, like the evolutionary biology. Now, a lot of people think that evolutionary biology doesn't have a lot to do with selective breeding and the breeding of our chickens and other animals, but it has a lot to do with it. It has everything to do with it. So these videos do is they help you, I think that they help you understand evolutionary biology even more, okay? And help you take yourself to the next level so that when you're checking out my material, you can see the link, okay? Then I click, anytime I see really good videos on genetics and inheritance, I'll put them in there. Healthcare videos, put them in there. And then every now and then I have one, well, on the bottom here is either I have a really good guest that I think you can benefit, that I want to make sure you see. Okay, I'll put them here. And then anytime that I'm a guest appearance on another show, I like to put them on here as well. Okay. We have two great people helping us out. We have Peter Brown. A lot of people know him as the chicken doctor. I've known Peter for a long time. And then we have Dr. Gallardo from UC Davis. He's a poultry veterinarian. And I can't tell you how many times these two gentlemen have come on our show and covered some of the most. They basically cover the common diseases, but they do it in a much better way, better than I've seen anyone else do it online. Okay, so they cover. And matter of fact, I'm going to be redoing this page too here pretty soon, where I'm going to break it down into. Let's see if I have it here. This is where the outline helps. Okay, so I'm going to break it down into. No, that's not it. Well, I didn't write it down. Maybe. Okay. Bacterial diseases, viral diseases, parasites. I'm going to have it all broken down and separate it so it's easier to find. It's all here. How many do I have? I've got 36 so far on here. So we'll be breaking them down into categories so it's easier. So there's not too many here to go through, but I'm going to get more. Dr. Gallardo comes on from time to time, and Peter Brown, he's been coming on quite a bit, and I hope to get him on a lot more. So like I said, once we get more and more topics on here, it'll be more important to break them down into the categories so they're easier to find. What's neat, Peter Brown, I mean, like I said, we've covered probably the most common diseases in a really good way. And like I said, not only are the videos here, but all the information that goes with it, the show notes. A lot of times I'll create some illustrations, or I'll find some really good ones that go really well. Those will be in here as well. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these.
Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah.
You got to know, guys, when you do become a breeder, you need to know what diseases are out there and how to determine what your birds have if they get sick, what to do about it. It's so important to know everything there is about your bird.
No, I understand that a lot of times, and I see this on the front end on YouTube too, but I don't care. Okay. I always tell Peter and Dr. Gallardo that I don't really care how many views they get. I just want the information, because I know that its information is going to benefit, especially my members on my website, that I'll leave some of those on the front end for a little while. And I know sometimes they don't get a lot of views on the front end. And I know why, because unless you're dealing with that particular disease or you're dealing with sick chickens, you wouldn't know there would be no reason to open it up and check it out. Okay. And a lot of times what you're doing is, if you have a disease, you're doing a search on, let's say, Google or something, and it may take you to videos that will show you information about that disease. And it may even take you to one of mine. Okay. But I only leave them on the front end for a little while. And like I said, everything I do eventually goes on here, so that when my members have an issue, and they know where to go. And what was really cool is, before I got so much help from Peter and Dr. Gallardo, I was getting some of my coaching calls there for a while, was the fact that their chickens were sick and they didn't know what to do about it. Well, since we, did so many interviews with both these guys and got so much information and presented it on the website, I rarely get anybody asking me about diseases because the information they need is right here.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's really worked out for us.
Yeah. And for you guys as well.
Okay, so what do you want me to show next?
All right, the members' resources.
Okay.
We have a lot of resources for our members.
Yeah, so we have the standard perfection for American games. Okay, and what we do is this is just an introduction here, but I break the bird down into parts so you understand the bird, the makeup of the bird. We talk about the conformation of the bird, and I'm actually getting ready to redo that one because I've got a cool idea on how to do it with really cool illustrations, silhouettes, you name it. And I'm probably going to do it. It's probably going to be the best I've ever done. And then what I want to do too is take that same program, get Tony on here and rehash it again. So when I'm done with this program, it'll be awesome. You're going to really enjoy it. And then we go into the defects and disqualification course, which really breaks it down not only in describing and identifying the defects, but showing you how to fix the birds. Okay. So there's going to we have all the defects are there. All the information about each of the defects is there, the genetic factors of those defects, along with illustrations. Okay. Then it has another page where it goes into the genetics of those defects and how to fix a family that happens to have those defects. Okay. And then we go into the various varieties of American games and break them down one at a time, which is basically, it's a standard. It shows you the form and structure of the bird, the color of the bird, but a lot of times we also talk about the genetics of those colors as well on these pages.
And in case you were wondering, you see all those lovely chickens there, the artwork that we've done. Those are our artwork.
Yeah.
I'm sure you see them on the social media a lot, but we had a really good artist draw those up for us, and that is our artwork that you're seeing there.
Well, the ones they're seeing here, Diane did 2 versions of every color. Did kind of a natural look to it, and then she did let me see if I have it up here. No, I don't have it up here. Okay, let me open up one of them. Okay, so this is a popular one. You've probably seen this online. A lot of people use it for their banners. Some of these game fowl organizations, they basically stole it from us. Okay, they know it's mine. They keep using it. They don't care. That shows me, their character. Okay, but these belong to me.
Yeah.
They're all I'm the one that commissioned them, paid good money for these things to do all the varieties of American games that exist. Yeah. It's amazing.
So there you go. You heard it from us. They came from us.
Yeah. Okay,
all right. So we have a library.
Okay, hold on. Now, sometimes what I'll do when I create a program, I'll create illustrations for those particular programs, or I may find one online. Now, these I've all either took the pictures of or I create it myself. Okay. Now, or I'll find a really good one online that describes a particular topic. Okay. And I think they're interesting. So sometimes after I'm done with that particular program, I might go ahead and throw the illustration on this page so you have it, so you can check it out, give you a little more insight. I might find something online that I found interesting when I was doing some research and I liked it and I put it on here. I just want to make certain things available for you guys that I think will help further your understanding of different topics. Okay, then we go into downloadable PDF files. Okay, and then we have, now here's a really cool one too, where what happens is one of my members will ask me a question, like they'll send me a message. Like what they do is they come up here, you can see where my name is, and they'll click on there, and that's where they can send me messages or ask me questions, or we can set up a coaching call. Okay, and so what happens is they'll ask me a question here. It's a really good question, then I'll answer it. And then a lot of times, if I think it's one that most people can benefit, other members, then I'll list it here, and I just keep adding to it So if you're ever don't have nothing to do or you want check something out, go through them. And like I said, you can always do this, what Nancy was talking about, where I can highlight the whole page or I can highlight a number of paragraphs. You can see, I think it's right here. It's small in my screen. I don't want to push it now because it'll mess everything up, but you push this and it'll speak it for you. It'll read it for you. So if you're not a reader, it'll read it for you. So we have a lot of ways to enjoy this website. You can read it, have it read to you. You have videos, audios, all kinds of stuff throughout this thing. Okay, then you have the glossary. Now I keep adding to this, or what happens too is I'll either see a word that I think is interesting that most people need to know, and I'll just keep adding to it, or I'll have a member who asks me a question. Let's say it's an article or a program within my website, and they'll go, well, I don't understand this word, or I need a little more clarification about this word. So then when I go to let them know, then I create, basically a description of that word, then I just add it to this. So I'm always adding to this and improving and expanding it. And I have other ideas too that I plan on doing pretty soon that will even expand it. So let's say there's a basic description like here for like blanket theory. Okay. But there's more information that could go with it. So what you'll end up seeing here pretty soon is it'll say down here, click more for more information, or click here to learn more. And then you'll click it and it'll take you into a full page of information about that particular word. That's what I have planned. That's what I want to do to all these. And then if I see illustration, or maybe I created an illustration to go with it, that'll help you understand that word even more, I'll do that. Like this is an illustration that Diane had drawn for me that talks about duck foot, duck toe, that kind of thing. And we just keep expanding this thing, give you further information.
From A to Z.
Yep. Okay, what else we got here? Healthcare, we did that. We're going to be
library.
We're going to be expanding. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. We're going to be expanding the nutrition page here pretty soon. Presenting it in a way that's useful and practical, so that you can make sure your birds are getting the right nutrition. We do have a feed formula in there right now, which we call the Maximus Mix. And then anytime I get new information, like Peter's done some shows or has given me some information on nutrition, so then I add it to that page. I get questions from my members about different things like amino acids or whatever. They'll ask me, I hear a lot about this. What's your opinion about this? Or can you help me learn more about that? Then I'll go and create a page or create information. I'll put it in there. And that's something we're working on too. Matter of fact, I've got a few done. I want to get those in there here pretty soon. It's like I have so many different projects that I'm just doing them one at a time and getting them in there. But I do plan on doing more with the nutrition page, expanding it and giving you guys more information in a way that you can use it. Because I think a lot of what's being presented out there right now isn't being presented in a very useful way. It's presented in a way to make you either feel confused or make you feel like make you kind of feel hopeless. Like, okay, that's nice. That's good information. What do I do about it? How do I make them better? That information's not getting out. And I think it should. It's nice to make you feel like you need it so that you can buy it. But what if you want to do it yourself? That information I don't think is getting out properly. And that's what we want to do. Okay, then you got the book club, which is book reviews that we've done. Now, I know you can't see it, but I've got two big bookcases behind me full of books on breeding. Poultry breeding, evolutionary biology, epigenetics, all kinds of stuff. Poultry genetics, breeding programs. We have a bunch over here, a bunch over there. I even have a whole bunch over here. So I'm going to show you my library in a second. But anytime we go through books, we create a review on those books so that hopefully you can find these books and check them out, because they're some of the best books out there. A lot of people don't know about. We call them old dead man books. Hagdorn, well, like I said, we do a review on them. F.B. Hutt, his books. Genetics of the Fowl. Wait, what was that? Wasn't that Hutt up here? Oh, Genetics of the Fowl and Animal Genetics. He's done a lot of different books. He's one of my favorite authors. Genetics of the Fowl. And I did an interview. This is a person, Rick Kose, who has a podcast called Evolution Talk. Really love the way he talked about evolution. And many of them he was able to break it down into, like I said, again, into practical and useful methods. And he had just written a book called Evolution Talk based on what he teaches in this podcast. And so we had him on the show, and that was a fun show. I'd like to get him on again.
It's been a while.
If you're looking to learn more about evolution, which I think is more useful than you would think, if you understand which topics to check out, especially, his podcast is really good and his book's really good. And then we have all kinds of them. I can go on and on. This was a really good book I learned a lot from when it came to genetics. So this goes on and on. Let's see. I think we're adding Brian's to this here pretty soon, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then this is a huge list. I'm not going to go through it all. I'm going to kind of scan through it. And these are the books I actually have on my shelf. Okay. So if you're wondering what kind of books I'm reading to get the information that I need, which I think is much better than what you're seeing on the internet. Okay. This is the way to go. And these are the books I have. So we basically just put them on here with the description, the date, the author, all that. And so all you need to do, and I have some members that said, I'm trying to buy every one of them. I have some members said they think they got almost all of them. They're doing a really good job. It's amazing me. I'm like, whoa, so that's expensive, because some of these books are actually pretty expensive. I've had these books for a long time, since I started. Okay. Back before some of them before Amazon.com ever came around, when all we had was eBay. Okay. So there's all kinds of them in here. What do you want me to show next, Nancy?
Okay, so we've done the library, right? It's basically what we're doing here.
Yeah, basically what we're doing right now.
Record keeping.
Oh, okay.
Now, it took me over probably close to a year, because I was still working at the time, to finish the record bookkeeping project. And I have, I believe, over 50 charts and logs in there for you guys to PDF file them, download them, PDF file for you to use at your leisure. I did everything from, the cock line, the hen line, chicks, incubator, finance.
I can't think of anything you didn't cover.
Yeah. Finances. Let's see. This has been a while since I've looked at it. I did finances, because when you're doing a project, you should know how much money you're spending on your birds. You should know your inventory of when you started in the beginning of the year, as far as your inventory when you finished the year, different things like that. Some of you actually pay taxes on, your bird project or your dog project or your cat project or something like that. That's your income. And so you have to show where that money was spent, where that money came in, and how it came in, things like that. And I have all those logs and charts there for you to use at your leisure.
Yeah. So you have the video, the charts, and the program that goes with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the video explains what the chart is and how to use it for each different subject matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big program.
It's big. It's really big.
Yeah. What else we got? Let's see. We do have a Spanish version, and you're for those who speak Spanish. Now, understand this, that there's a lot of, let me open like this one here. We have a lot of programs and courses that are translated into Spanish. Okay. What else?
The only issue that we have with that, if you do want to get the Spanish version and you want a coaching call, you need to be able to speak English because Kenny does not know any Spanish to converse back and forth with you. So just fair warning on that.
So we have a lot of articles in Spanish, programs and courses in Spanish, the glossaries in Spanish. But basically, the ones who are in the Spanish version kind of have access to the whole website too. Okay. That way, because not everything on the website Spanish, and if you can read or listen to English at all, then you'll learn even more. I do recommend that if you speak and can read English, that I think you'd probably be better to go to the English side. But we do have the Spanish version that would help out. Yeah, but not all of it's in Spanish. Well, I was going to say something about that. Oh, and for those who speak to buy the other or purchase the other plans, you won't even see the Spanish on here. It's separated. So it's not something you're going to see pop up at all, except for down here in the menu. Here's something here. Now, this is not for the sale this weekend for Father's Day, but if you purchase the annual plan, you get the ebook versions of my 2 books as part of the plan. So you get volume 1, and then you get volume 2 as an ebook version. But that's only available for the annual. That's maybe really the only benefit to getting the annual, other than you get on a normal pricing. The annual membership is a little bit cheaper. It's like you get 2 months free type of thing. Right now, we haven't touched the annual. It's right where it's going to stay right where it is. Whenever we do sell, we're only doing the sale for the monthly. And then like after Father's Day, everything will go back to its normal price. Like I said, right now, the price is $34.95. Okay. Where the normal price per month is $49.95. So you're basically saving $20 a month. It's a good deal right now.
All right. Can we go into the registration page?
Yeah.
And show them the different things that they,
Okay. So, yeah. So once you join, this is all the benefits you get for each of the plans. Like I said, we have the annual plan, which is not part of the sale. We have the master's class. We have the Spanish version. If you go down just a little bit, we have the quarterly, because a lot of people, basically you're paying every 3 months. That way you don't have to deal with it every month. Okay. And really, there's not much difference between the 3 as far as what you're getting in the plan. Okay. What do you want me to show them? Like this kind of shows the different ways of watching it, the different devices that you can use to enjoy the website. This is something you might want to check out here. Again, I got to add more. I got so many testimonials I just need to add to this page. They're all really good. But this is full of testimonials that you can read of our members who enjoyed the website and what they thought of it.
Yes, and we totally appreciate that. Can you scroll back up a little bit for me to the top of the page?
To the very top?
Well, where you've got the memberships.
Okay.
So the annual membership, as you can see there, it's going to show you with the little check marks, everything that you're going to get. Can you scroll up a little bit? Okay. Now you can compare it to the monthly and the quarterly of what you're going to get. And a lot of times we tell people, because they ask us, well, how long should I be a member to get everything that I need as far as information and then get out? And we say, well, at the very least, you should do 3 years to get the full benefits of
well, I don't know if
Breeders'
you get
Academy.
the full. Okay, let me say this. Okay, because I get that question a lot. How long would I have, like she said, how long would I have to stay in to really learn what I need to learn? Okay, the best I could tell you is the longer you're in there, the better. Because not only do we have a lot of information in there, it'd be really tough to go through it. And I suggest that you don't try to go through it real fast. Take your time and really learn it properly. Okay. And we're always adding new material. We never stop. So you're always going to get new material. So the longer you stay in, the better, obviously. But I would at least plan on staying for at least 3 years. Okay. If you're just going to go in for a few months, forget it. You're wasting your time. I don't want to take your money because you're not going to really learn anything in 3 months. A lot of the information here, like we do have the Founders Program. There's much more to this website than just the Founders Program. And a lot of the material on this website supports the Founders Program. So a lot of times, if you just go in for the Founders Program and you take a look at it and go, okay, I get it. And then you leave. You know how many times I've heard members leave and have to come back because they didn't fully understand it because there was more to learn about it?
Yeah.
You know, it's not about just glancing out, oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Boom, I'm out. No, there's more to it. You got to really break those stages down in phases and understand why they are the way they are, why we're breeding using the different methods that we're using at the different times. Okay. There's a lot of video to go with it. Okay. So I would actually say if you really want to learn, you're interested in creating a strain, plan on staying for at least 3 years. Okay. We've had a lot of the members in here, they've been here since the beginning. We've been going for 8, 9 years, I think it is, this website. And those members have been in there since the beginning. And they're still enjoying the information that we're putting in there because it's not a done website. We're putting new information every week.
Yeah, all the time.
I'm going to be spending all next week putting in, that's what I'm going to be doing all next week is putting in information, putting in new programs and courses and episodes. And yeah, I told Nancy, let's not schedule nothing next week. I want to spend the whole week just plugging information into this website.
We're going to be homebound all next week.
Yeah, I'm going to be really busy doing that.
That's fine.
So yeah, this is a hell of a website. Actually, I'm really having a tough time seeing. The screens are so small. Let me look it over real quick. So we showed that. Now daily articles, like I said, I'm putting in new articles Monday through Friday. You don't have to keep up with them. You read them as you want to. If you find them interesting or the title interesting, check it out. A lot of good information in there. A lot of times there's videos that go with them. Okay. They're also listed on the right-hand side here. Here's another banner that takes you to the Start Here page, by the way. And all the articles throughout the week are listed on the side here. Okay. And then we have the categories. So if you're thinking about what's a good one? Let's say I'm interested in, what's a good one here? Like breeding methods. Okay. So a lot of the articles and a lot of the programs, stuff like that will show up here, depending on what you plug into, it. And the most recent ones will be the ones on the top. And you just go through it and you check out the ones you want to read or the ones you want to listen to, things like that. And if there's something else you want to listen to, you just go punch that. Now, we also have on the side here is all the what I call quick links banners. So like if you just have a question for me, you can click here. Now it'll take you to a page where you can ask me a question. Okay. This will take you to my feeding program. This will take you to the standard of perfection, the glossary, the chart for the dominant recessive and the sex link traits, and then the Founders Program. So those are quick links. And so we have everything broken down into categories. So I've tried to cover them the best I can, making sure that everything you want to know is here. So whatever. Go ahead.
We try to make it as easy as possible for you because we know when you first get in here, you're going to be so overwhelmed with information. And just remember, this is not a race. It's a marathon. So take your time to go through anything that you want to, look at, what interests you. Kenny, can we talk about coaching calls?
Yeah. So what you want to do, like if you become a member, go to, I believe it's the Start Here page. I can't see it very well. Oh, here it is.
That was okay.
I moved it. It used to be in the Start Here tab. So you just click here if you want to do a coaching call, and then you You click this link, which will take you to my profile where you can request a coaching call. And what I do is I send you some dates. And if they work for you, great. If not, let me know. And we'll find a date that works for you. Okay. And we get on, and the same platform that I'm using for this show, we use for the coaching calls. We just don't go live or nothing. It's private. And then we get on here and we talk. And I pull up the pictures. For a while there, I was using the wrong, what do you call it? You have Firefox, you have Chrome, those kind
server.
of things. I don't think it's not a server. And I was using the wrong one so I could pull up pictures just to let my members know that I've got that fixed. So what I do is I pull up the pictures that they send me and or the videos, and we talk about it. And we find out where you're at, and help you move to the next step. And give you an idea of, like, a lot of times they'll send me pictures of the birds, and I'll look at them and tell them what I think.
Here's the thing. You don't have to pay extra for a coaching call ever. It's included in the membership.
Yeah.
Too. You don't just get one coaching call. I got my one and done and that's it. So I better get the best of it. No, you can schedule as many coaching calls as you want, but Kenny will encourage you to space them out, because when you get together with Kenny and he gives you basically homework to work on your birds, you've got to give it time for you to do the functions that he's telling you that you need to do, and then come back and say, okay, I'm at this stage now. How are they looking? Where do I need to go from here? Things like that. So
the coaching calls are to help you where you're at right now, help you get to the next step. Okay. Yeah. It's not for, okay, I got Kenny on here, teach me something. No, It doesn't work like that. Okay. That's what the website's for. Okay, I just want to make sure that you're finding your way around the website. You're understanding how to navigate the website. I want to make sure you understand the programs and courses, and understand the Founders Program. And if you have any questions at all, whether it's how to breed them, how to select them, you want my opinion about the birds that you're working with, whatever, we can do that. Okay. I really enjoy the coaching calls, getting together with you guys, talking with you, getting to know you. I love that stuff. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm doing all the coaching calls. I don't have anybody doing coaching calls for me anymore. I'm doing everything. So if you need a coaching call, contact me, nobody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. The other thing I want to talk about, what are we at? Okay. Are we getting any questions at all?
No, we haven't asked if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, if you have any questions about the membership, any questions about the sale, I'm not answering any other questions if it's not related to what we're talking about today. But if you have any questions that does relate to what we're talking about today, put them in there and we'll address them. Okay. So one of the things we do is, like, when we do a members live, like a members roundtable, a lot of times we'll set them up right after, let's say, the live show. Okay. Sometimes we'll set them up for a Wednesday, and we'll give you the day and time, and then everybody show up, kind of like what you're doing now. And then we talk about a particular topic, or we do a Q&A and we answer your questions, or we'll talk about the topic and then answer your questions about the topic, or we'll answer other questions at the end of the topic. But it's basically here for you guys, the members, to be able to answer or ask the questions and get the answers that you need, because there's a lot of things we can't talk about in the front end that we can talk about in the back end. And it's basically, like Nancy said, there's nothing we can't talk about on the back end, on the website. So we can talk about the Founders Program, which we don't talk about on the front end. We can talk about different things. So, which, for those of you, our members, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So what you'll do when we schedule those shows, those episodes, is to go up to the top here, the members live show, and they're usually members roundtables. And this is, like, this particular topic here was generational turnover and the Founders Program. So what we did was we covered the basics of generation turnover on the front end, but we didn't connect it to the Founders Program, show it how it works with the Founders Program. So basically what I do is I give you an idea of what we're going to talk about and why it's important. And, and then we go into, then we pull up the video, not the video, but we get together like we are here, where they can either watch it here if they're not going to contribute to the chat, they just want to watch it. Or if you click here, this will take you to where you can watch it and chat with us. And then I leave them on here until we create a new one. And then it's archived into the members roundtable. So yeah, we've made great progress. I've seen my members improve their families, create new strains. Yeah, it's really cool. They give us updates. They give me updates in the what do you call it, the profile. You can see right here where I have 2 messages from my members that I need to check out here. That's how I know I got messages. But what we also have too, which is really cool, is we have a members Facebook group page. I think it's a Breeders Academy Facebook group page. Okay. And that's where our members get together and talk with each other. Now, I'll go in there from time to time, but I don't usually participate too much because I really want the members to communicate with each other. And I notice when I jump in there and help, the communication stops. Okay. Kenny's got it handled and I'm out. And I don't want that. You know what I mean? That's where I want you guys to get together, chat, help each other, give each other advice. A lot of times they'll go in there and they'll go, hey, here's my new bird. This is my new Adam and Eve. What do you guys think? And the members will jump in there and let them know what they think and give them a little encouragement, things like that. I know my members know that if they need my attention, this is how they get a hold of me. They go to the website, they go to my profile, they send me a message, and I get back to them there. I don't usually contribute to the group page. Now, what I will do is if I have a notice to let everybody, like I need to know, let my members know something, I'll post it there. I'll post it there. If we have a show, I might send a show banner over there, that kind of thing. Or especially when it comes to a members roundtable, we want to get together, I'll send it over there so they know. So that's what I'll usually do. But I'll go there and look around every now and then. But for the most part, that's where my members get together, communicate, help each other out, that kind of thing. And I love watching it because it really shows me how well the members are doing, how much they're learning by the advice they're giving to each other. It's really cool. It makes me feel good that we're actually accomplishing something, that the website's making a difference. So there's no website out there like this. I've seen a few people pop something up and try to compete with me or whatever, or try to create their own. It's just not the same thing. And then there's a few that will take my information and use it as their own, and they don't give me credit for it. They don't last long either. Okay. Because my members know they can tell, they can see the wordage. They can see the word usage. They can see the way things are written, that this is what we do. I've had a few of them go, oh, so-and-so is using your material or using it as their own. The same information you're teaching. It sounds like you. They say it sounds like me. So they don't last very long. They go away pretty quickly.
The one thing about the Breeders Academy members is they're very protective over the membership website. And we really appreciate that. And we are so proud of them and what they've accomplished.
And I'm sure the few that are, well, there's probably quite a few, actually. I don't know who's watching today that are watching this. They're probably real nervous. Like, can you watch it? You're going to show too much. You're going to click this and click that. I didn't give away anything that we call the secret. There's a handful of secrets on this website. I didn't open any of the programs and courses. I just gave you the titles. That doesn't mean anything, but it gives you an idea of what's in the website, what we're covering, the kind of topics that we're teaching, and there's just so much more. If you saw my projects page with all the things I want to do to this website, you'd go, oh my God. And all I keep doing is someone will suggest something to me. Oh, that's a great idea. And so then I put it in that projects page where I think it needs to be, so that when I get to it, it's because I have certain things I want to do first. And I just put it in certain everything's in its priority. So, and I just tackle one at a time until it's done, and I just move to the next one. And this website just keeps getting better and better. But understand the best way to get to this page to sign up would be to go to www.breedersacademy.com. The address is actually on the bottom of this page. That'll take you to what we call the free site. Now, that free site has all our most recent podcasts on there, basic show notes, nothing really big, but you can actually watch the show there. Sometimes they'll come out a little bit earlier than you see on Monday, so you can check that out. But a lot of the links to this website are there. So login tab is on that particular site. That'll take you right into the login page. You can jump into the website from there, and you can go to you can get to the registration page from the free site as well, and that'll take you to this website where you can sign up. So we have a free site, which is some basic information, which will help you get to the membership site.
But just so you know, the free site doesn't have all this information in it. Okay, it's basically It's basically where you can go register to come into the membership website.
It has what it does have is the most recent podcast and a little information about that. And there's a handful of articles in there, nothing real in depth like we have on this website that we were using for the newsletter, which we don't do anymore. So that's in there. But like I said, the information on the actual Breeders' Academy is way more in depth, a lot more information. Now, we'll say this real quick. If you're going to sign up, and this is where we have a lot of the problems. A lot of people, not a lot, but it seems like most of the time when I have someone say, I'm having problems signing up, it's not really registering me. It's not, I'm not able to sign up. And then I dig in a little bit, and they're using, a lot of times it's the prepaid cards that are messing them up. Those don't really work because it's a reoccurring website. Basically you sign up and it's going to charge you either monthly, quarterly, or annually. And the prepaid cards don't really work that well in this. So don't use prepaid cards. If you have any problems registering, get a hold of me, because there are some places, for some reason, there's this one country that they have a tough time registering. They're not able to register for the monthly. If you have that kind of problem, let me know. Now, there's one thing we can do is I can add it in manually. The only difference is we would have to do the annual. So if you're willing to do the annual, I can sign you up for 1 year. Okay, and then at the end of the year, it would just expire. And if you want to renew, you'd have to contact me again, and then we'd redo it. I don't want to have to do that for a monthly. That's a nightmare to have to do members manually like that every month. I don't have the time for that, but I will do it for the annual. So if you have a problem getting in, for some reason the sign up process isn't working for you, or you're not liking the way the PayPal is working, I can send you an invoice and you pay for the year. You're set up. I send you a login information, and then you have access to the website for a year. And like I said, if you're good for that year and you're done, that's up to you. If you want to re-sign up, make sure you let me know that you want to re-sign up, and we'll redo the process. I think that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Sue, so much. I appreciate all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into this from you both. Thank you. We appreciate you so much, Sue.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. I've just got one more from a member. To anyone not already a member, I highly recommend it. The website's alone worth the efforts. So
awesome.
Thank you so much,
appreciate
member.
It.
Sue is also saying that her breeding program is years ahead, thanks to you.
Oh, I appreciate that, Sue.
And you know what? I've seen her birds and they're looking fantastic. So she's doing a great job with her birds.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the website, and it makes me happy when I see comments like that. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
It means the world to us. It really does, because there are days we go into the office and we're like, oh, we really want to do this today.
Let's play hooky.
Finish that project. Oh man.
Sometimes I just want to play hooky, but this is what we
Yeah.
do. It feels
Yeah.
like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week sometimes,
We do a lot.
Nancy's retired, but this is all I've done for, started like 20 years ago. The website's been going for, well, since 2015, I believe, now that I think about it. No, it's about 2016. The podcast has been going for about 8 years. The website's been about 10 years. And this is all we do. I don't have another job. This is what I do for a living. So all my attention goes into the website, the members, the shows that we put on. The shows are actually the marketing arm of the website. A lot of people will say, oh, you guys have too many advertisements, too many promos, too many this, too many of that, just get to the topic. Well, you don't understand that show is the marketing arm of the website. That's what we use to promote the website, to get people excited, not only about breeding, but becoming a member. Okay. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. I just look at you and go, okay, well, I appreciate that, but you're just not my customer type of thing. That show that we do on the front end, the live show and the podcast, that's how we advertise. We don't really do much anything else. I might post a banner on my Facebook page from time to time. I don't really give my Facebook page a lot of attention, only because I have it. I do it, but this is the way we do it right here.
And Kenny also does an article in the Game Fowl Times, and that's as a that's to support that magazine. Do you have it up?
No,
that's
I don't have. I don't have that one up, but I started out writing for the Gamecock magazine in 2002. My daughter started before I did. I took over for her. It was just a fun thing her and I was doing. Then I started writing for the Grit and Steel and the Feathered Warrior, and then a couple of the magazines in Mexico wanted me to write for them, so I did that. There was a couple of magazines in the Philippines I wrote for. I wrote articles for magazines in Australia, England. I think there was one in South Africa I'd send an article to from time to time. And I also wrote for the Poultry Press as well. These particular covers happen to be my birds. That's why they're on here. But I did write for a number of magazines. Turned the first 4 years of writing for magazines into volume 1 of the Breeder's Manual. And that was just a collection of the articles, which did really well. And I enjoyed it so much that I decided to do a second book, which wasn't a collection of articles so much as it was about breeding, which I love. I love the breeding process. I had some of the greatest teachers. I had some of the best progress that anybody was seeing. A lot of the best students that would come and call me from time to time and learn from me. And then the website came after that. I wanted to get away from the book and magazine a bit because it was fun. It brought in some income, but not enough to really make a living from. Because I like the magazine, I like the book format, and the internet was the thing to do. My whole idea was to create a website that was like an internet magazine that people could subscribe to. That way I could write articles, I could do video, audio, do illustrations, I could do them in color. It gave me a lot more range. So that was the whole idea, was to create a website that was basically an online magazine that I could do all those neat things, and people would pay a subscription for it. Well, I loved breeding so much that I decided to do, what was the name of the first one, Nancy? The Chicken Breeders Gazette or something like that? Yeah. Yes. We did that for a couple of years and it did okay and everything. But then I came up with the idea of the Breeders Academy. I said, okay, let's abandon that. Let's move all those members over to the Breeders Academy. And then we grew from there. So this particular website, like I said, has been going on for 2016. The Gazette was a year or two before that, and then we started the podcast, which made all the difference. Then then the members started really coming in. We pretty much maintained 300 members the whole time. We've taught over 1,200 members total.
Well, here's one thing. Our audio version that you hear on Spotify and iHeartRadio, we're at the top 2% of all podcasts.
All podcasts, not just chickens, all podcasts. It's really cool. Yeah. But the podcasts and live show really made the difference. And doing coaching calls really made the difference for the website. Those were
Yeah.
the game changers for everything. And it's just gotten better all the time. Yeah, we really enjoy it. What's Sue saying?
And she's saying, well, when you hear 10 different things from 10 different people with no reason behind it, here you have the proof, reason, science behind your reasonings. Makes huge differences. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that.
And Lambert has a question here. Do I have to download anything to do a coaching call?
No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link. So once we figure out the day and time and I have your email address, I'll send you a link. You just click on the link. It'll take you there. You just put in, make sure that your camera and audio is working by clicking a couple buttons. And then we get on here and we talk. It's really simple. You don't have to download or upload or do anything. Just click the link. It's real simple.
And if he wants to send you pictures or a video, what does he do?
Okay.
Email that to you?
Yeah. Send it to my email address, which is breedersacademy@gmail.com. And then what I suggest you do, because I get so many emails, and when I do this, everybody sends me something because they want to try to sneak something in and get my opinion, is I suggest that my members leave me a message in my profile on the website that you sent me something, and then I go look for it. And I kind of clean it. If I don't recognize things or I don't recognize a person or the member, I'm cleaning up my list, my email every day. So if I don't know something, I just go click, 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 and I just delete. So if you send me an email and you're a member and I didn't answer it, then send me a message on the website. And if I can't find it, I'll let you know, and then I'll look for it. I really apologize. That's the way we have to do it. I do like most of my correspondence to be done on the website, but I know we can't do that with pictures and video. That's where you have to send it. But a lot of times, if I set up a coaching call with you, I have your name and everything in my head. So when I see a email pop up, then I'll flag it as a coaching call. It'll go into a coaching call folder. But every now and then, the name doesn't match or the email doesn't look familiar, and I just delete it. And that's when you'll probably have to send it again because I didn't recognize it. But whenever I let everybody know about my email address, everybody and their mother sends me something. Yeah.
Let me see if I can sneak one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they see my group page pop up and they want to join, but they don't answer any of the questions. So, and that's another thing for you guys too, because I'm going to send you an email an email message when you join within a day or two. And one of the instructions is to sign up for the group page. But you have to fill out the questions. I need to know who you are. So I need, especially when it comes to your username, make sure you get the username right. Because if I don't recognize it, I'll check it. I can check it pretty quickly. And if it doesn't match, then I just delete it.
Yeah, because that is for Breeders Academy members. So there you go.
Yeah.